CCTV Camera World is proud to provide support for products purchased from our website. If you purchased your product from another vendor, please contact the vendor you purchased from for further assistance. In this video, I'm going to show you how to export or download recorded footage from your Security Cameras Inc. NVR system. So first, I need to come down to the playback screen. So I'm coming down to my menu. I can either click the playback button here or click the menu icon and then click search. It's going to ask me to log in. And there's two ways to download or export recorded footage from the NVR. The first is going to be using any of the timelines in any of the tabs here. For example, general, subperiods, smart, tag, and the slice interfaces. And then the second way is going to be to export footage based on event or AI recording. So first, I'm going to cover how to export using the timeline. Again, the timelines are used in the General tab, the Subperiods tab, the Smart tab, the Tag tab, and then the Slice tab. That's where you'll find the timeline, and you need to use the timeline or clip method of exporting footage. So to show the timeline, you're first going to want to choose your date, choose the type of recording, choose your channel, and then the stream type that you want to export. So I've chose today's date. I've chose all search types. I chose the stream type mainstream, and then I chose channel 1. Here I can see the timeline for channel 1, and I'm going to choose this block of motion detection recording using my scroll wheel to scroll in, or I could use the time selector here. And what you're going to want to do is zoom in as far as you need to, and then click the video clip button. Here's the scissors icon or a video clip button. So I'm going to clip that, and then it's going to bring up a selector here. So I can move these carrots in this timeline selector any which way I want to choose a period of video that I want to export. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this motion detection event. And you could do this same thing on the green timeline if you only have normal recording enabled. So I've made my selection here, and you'll note that the scissors icon turned into a little floppy disk icon to save the clip. So I'm going to click on the floppy disk icon. It's going to take that start time and that end time that I designated using the caret and timeline selector. And here are the three file types that you can choose. So if you choose RF, you're going to need to use the PC software. If you choose AVI, it does work with most computers and systems. However, MP4 is the most compatible file type when you're exporting your file. You can play any MP4 file with QuickTime on a Mac computer, VLC Media Player on a Windows computer, or even Windows Media Player on a Windows computer. So you're going to want to choose the MP4 file format as it's the most compatible file format. It's also worth noting that your thumb drive, in order to be detected by the system, should be formatted to NTFS or FAT32 format. So you do need a FAT32 or NTFS compatible thumb drive. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the MP4 and then click Save. So the system opened the backup interface, and I can see here USB 1-1 is the USB thumb drive. I have 64 gigabytes remaining on this thumb drive, and it's connected to the USB 3.0 port on the back of my NVR. So here is the root directory or the base directory of my thumb drive. If I wanted to create a new folder, I could come up here to the folder plus icon and create a new folder called Record. And then click OK, and that's going to make a new folder on my thumb drive, and I can double click to go into this folder. So now I'm on my thumb drive and in the Record folder. If I wanted to go up a level, I would just click the back icon, and then I can click back into here. You can sort it by file list or file thumbnails, and I'm going to leave it set to the file list. Last but not least, if you didn't format your thumb drive, you would click the format option before exporting your footage. So now that I've created this folder and I've covered the other aspects of the backup interface, I'm going to click the OK button to start exporting this file to my record folder. So the export speed, that was relatively quick. It's going to depend on a number of factors. One, how large the file you are exporting is. If you're exporting several minutes to half an hour to an hour, it's going to take a long time depending on how much footage you are actually exporting. The second thing is going to be the thumb drive itself. If it's a slow thumb drive, then it's going to take forever to export the footage. Last but not least, the port that you connect your USB thumb drive to and the technology that your USB thumb drive supports. So this thumb drive that I'm using happens to support the USB 3.0 standard and is a fast drive, so that short clip exported nearly instantaneously. Again, if you're exporting a large clip of several minutes to half an hour or longer, it's going to take longer. And then if you have a slow thumb drive or you plug it into the USB 2.0 slot on your NVR, it will take longer. But as you noted, it was quick. The backup was successful, so I'm going to click OK. And now if I go to the external file tab in the playback window, it's going to look at my USB. I can see my record folder here, and then I have the file. It gave it the channel number, the date, and then the time window that I selected. So 10:10, and then we see 10:10. So it exported that motion detection event. And if I want to play that, I would click the play icon, and I can see the file that I exported. It's playing that MP4 file directly from the thumb drive. I'm going to click stop. So the next way to export footage is to click the Events or AI tab. I'm going to deselect all of the search types and only search for motion events from channel 1. Again, selecting the mainstream. So I'm going to click the search icon, and here I can see all of the motion detection events that were detected for this date between this time period. If I wanted to save one of these events, I would simply click the checkbox icon and click the backup button here. Click MP4, click save, go into my record folder, and then click OK. It's going to export that motion detection clip to my thumb drive. It says it was successful, so I can click OK, and it's going to take me back to this page. Now, if you wanted to preview the motion detection event before you export it, you can double click on this event and bring it into full screen and watch it before you export it. And then you can even clip inside of the event that while you're previewing it, if you only want a certain amount of time in that event, you would simply clip it like I did in the general tab. So the other type of event exporting is in the AI tab. So I'm going to click on the AI tab. Now the type of AI events that you're able to search for depends on the NVR, the IP camera, and the actual AI events that you have set up. So you could do face, license plate, human and vehicle, PID and LCD, which stands for perimeter intrusion detection, and line crossing detection, repeat visitors, or face attendants. My NVR and cameras only have the human and vehicle AI detection set up, and I know I have good captures on channel 1. So I'm searching for events from channel 1, and here I see I have human, motor vehicle, and non-motorized vehicle events being searched for. So if I only wanted to search for motor vehicle events, then I would uncheck human and non-motorized vehicle, click search, and it's very similar to how you would export an event for a motion detection event. You would simply check the event that you want to export, then come down here to the backup icon. The only difference is it allows you to back up the image that you have selected, or if you want to back up recording. So if I chose recording instead of image, it allows me to choose my file type again, and then I can choose to append some footage to the beginning or append footage to the end of my event if my NVR has recorded it. Or I could cancel out of here and then double click on the event and then choose pre-play or post-play if I wanted to pull more footage, or I could again use the clip icon, video clip icon, to export it as a clip rather than exporting it as an event. Hopefully this gives you a good overview of the ways you can export recorded footage from your NVR to a compatible thumb drive. As I mentioned, the ultimate time that it takes to export a footage will depend on the duration of the clip, the USB thumb drive you're using, and the technology that it supports, and then the port that you connect your thumb drive to. Thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.